What stops us from asking for help? What stops us when we need help and support from picking up our phone and calling somebody? There are a lot of different reasons why we don't tap into support when we need support. And I was having a conversation earlier today about this very thing, and it took me back to a time in my life when I was caught in a cycle of abuse, and I was in a very, very unhappy place in my life at that time. And I was very, very stressed out all the time. And all the uncertainty that I was experiencing in my life at that time left me with a very strong feeling of helplessness. And a lot of the time, I also had this feeling of hopelessness as well. So I had a real flashback on this afternoon. And when I was thinking about, I know that there are some people who have been thinking about coming to work with me, reaching out to me to see what I might be able to do to help and support them. And I haven't had that call, or I haven't had that email, or I haven't had that message pop up on Messenger to say, hey, can we connect? I've got a free discovery call, which is there to for people to use that link, which is 100% on me, no charge, just to see how I can assist. But there are people who hesitate in using that service. And I know some of the reasons why this happens, because this was very much the way I was when I was caught in a cycle of abuse, and when my life was a real mess. It was very chaotic, and there was so much uncertainty, and I was just in survival mode, just trying to keep my head above water, treading water. And a lot of my energy was just going into that. And I know that it's very much a moment by moment type of the way to live, and not in a good way. It's not as if you're just like nicely going with the flow and you're open and you're anticipating what wonderful thing might be waiting for you around the next corner. That'd be fantastic if that was the case, but that's not what's happening. And what's happening is that you're very closed off, because you are trying your very best just to stop anything bad from happening, because you have had to be in this state of having to protect yourself all the time. And you're very guarded, understandably, because of that. And you'll go day to day, and one day you'll think, I think I'm actually doing okay today. I think I'm managing all right. And so you'll put off that phone call, or put off contacting that person who's been offering you support, because you think, right, I think I'm okay today. So I don't really feel that need is there. And then the very next day, the proverbial will hit the fan, and you will be so overwhelmed by that. Then again, you will be so consumed by the what is happening to you at that moment, that again, that will stand in the way of you reaching out and connecting with the person who has been offering you support and help. So these are a couple of the big reasons that stop us from getting the support that we need. And you know, now I understand that I need to take 100% responsibility for my life. And looking back, I can see that I was the one who was stopping myself from reaching out for various reasons. And I have complete empathy and compassion for myself during that time, because I know that I was doing the very best job that I could with what I had at that time. Do I wish that I would have reached out for support sooner? Of course I do. Another reason is we don't know who to trust. We don't know who is really going to be able to help to empower us in our situation. So, um, this is another consideration. And until you try something, you don't know. You are only making an assumption. And this goes with even professional services who are trying to help people when it comes to things like mental health and issues like domestic abuse. And you will resonate with some people who you get support from, and then there will be others who you don't click with, and you think they're not the right person for me. That's perfectly okay. The thing that you need to do is to allow yourself to explore trying things with different people, because one thing may work brilliantly and another thing may not. But if you don't try anything, then you don't have an opportunity to have support that may make the world of difference to you in the way that you're coping, in the way that you're managing, and the way that you're able to move forward from what you're going through, the challenge that you're going through, to get back to being in a position where you have more control over your life again, over your choices, and you're in a position to rebuild and to get your life on a good path. So there's many, many good things that await you on the other side of reaching out for support. So if you can perhaps just focus on that being the end goal, is if you reach out for support, then the end goal for you is going to be opening up the door to saying yes to living again instead of surviving. So I really encourage you that if you've been thinking about contacting anybody for support, and this is not about me, okay, this is just an observation that I've made today in a remembering about my own experience. But if you have been thinking about contacting somebody to ask them for support, don't wait for the ideal moment, because the ideal moment may never present itself. So go with that nudge that you get to reach out and seek support from somebody. Let that be enough, that little inner voice that is telling you, maybe I should get in contact with that person and see if they can help me. That's it. Leave it that simple. Give it a go, explore it. If it doesn't work, you've lost nothing. You had just tried something, and you never know, it might be the answer that you've been looking for to help you get your life back on track. Okay. I send you lots of love.